Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Time Spiral Remastered draft. Now, there's a grape shot in this pack, and it's almost certainly the wrong thing to do, but I kind of want to draft a storm deck, because it is possible to draft in this format, it's just generally not very good. Alternatively, I could take Labman and see if I could mill myself out somehow, because that would be fun. I don't know if it would be good, though. Considering that there's very little red in this pack, I'm probably going to take this Grapeshot. Bound in Silence is a pretty good payoff for playing the Rebels deck, but I already did that, and I think I'm just going to take the Grapeshot. And if I can make Storm work, I'll make Storm work, and if I can't, maybe Grapeshot is a value spell. There's a lot of low toughness creatures in this format, so potentially this actually has some game. It also does synergize with the Suspend cards and stuff like that, so... There's a Magus of the Future, Consuming Aberration. Whenever you cast a spell, each opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land, and then put those cards into their grave. There's also Storm Entity and Chromatic Star. This is actually a really pretty Chromatic Star art. I think I'm going to take Star to actually try doing the Storm thing. Storm Entity is another much more reasonable win condition for Storm in the limited deck, but... Another Chromatic Star. There's a Gathan Raiders. Riftwing Cloudskate is actually quite good, but I'm going to take the Star. Riftbolt is good. Spellburst is a very strong effect, but generally you have to have a lot of mana to make it work. I think we take the Riftbolt. It's something that's easy. If we get like multiple single turn suspend spells, we can suspend them all and then like Chromatic Star, Grapeshot kind of a thing. That would be the plan anyway. Whether or not that's going to work is a completely different thing. Let's see. What should we take here? I think we actually take the Needlepeak Spider. Needlepeak Spider. Coal Stoker is definitely one of the Storm cards, which we kind of have to take if that's what we're going to do. I wouldn't mind a Prodigal Pyromancer. The card is incredibly strong. Coal Stoker probably wheels, but I'm still going to take Coal Stoker. Sorceress Spyglass. It looks great in the old border. I think we take Dead and Gone. It's excellent removal. It's another super cheap spell, potentially. Yeah, I'm going to take Dead and Gone. Basalt Gargoyle, Safi Eric's Daughter. I'm going to go with the Mog War Marshal. It's the most aggressive card in this pack by far. I could take Old Border Labman just to have him. I think I'm going to do that. Put him in the sideboard. Because if I can't make Storm work, I can at least play a high-power, hard-hitting red deck, which I think I'm okay with. In the original Time Spiral format, you wanted to get like Ignite Memories to actually kill your opponent, and you wanted to get things like hope for things like Cloud Key and stuff like that. As a secondary color, I don't know if I would be playing blue or not. I'll take Temporal Isolation just because the card's really strong. Yeah, I think I'll start taking white cards as a secondary color. I will take Sting Scourger. I don't know if I'm playing it, but... Yeah, our backup plan is to just be like red beats. Alright, we get one of 3 black cards. I will take Sarcomite Mirror for the sideboard, and Joyra's Time Bug. Alright. Pack 2, actual dredge card. Arcblade is one of those like recurring spellcast cards, but Grinning Ignis is like the actual storm card, because you play this card out, and for 1 extra mana, it refunds itself. So effectively what this says is you get like N-1 storm count, where N is the number of red mana you control if you untap with it. So I'm going to take Grinning Ignis just because it's so critical to making what I want to do work. Bloodbraid Elf, another Chromatic Star. I kind of like Bloodbraid Elf. Maybe I can make that work. It's just a good rate. Yeah, I'm going to go with Bloodbraid Elf. I don't think this is a Simian Spirit Guide deck. I do kind of like Prismatic Lens, because we do want some amount of mana. We could also take Search for Tomorrow, and do like Suspend to help get to our like critical mana threshold. I kind of like that actually more. We have no other green cards yet, so... Let's see if we can make Red-Green Storm work. It's going to involve a lot of shenanigans, that's for sure. So there's Ramanop Ruins, Fungal Reaches. I'm not opposed to having the storage land, though this probably wheels. The other option is like Riddle of Lightning or Nantucket Shaman. I'm going to take the Fungal Reaches. There's Cloud Key, and another Grapeshot. I think it's more likely someone takes Grapeshot than Cloud Key, so I'm going to hope to wheel Cloud Key. Because if you can play Cloud Key, name Artifact, and you have Chromatic Stars, that's just free Storm. You could also alternatively name Sorcery, and there's a lot of sorceries that we have. Cloud Key plus Grinning Ignis is infinite Storm count. Maybe we do that and just name Creature. Coal Stoker is free, Grinning Ignis... Oh, Grinning Ignis is not infinite Storm count because it doesn't give you back 2 red mana, and it requires 2 red mana to use. I'm going to take the other Grapeshot. It's probably not correct, but we're going to see. Utopia Vow, we can give a creature. We can pacify a creature to give it the ability to tap for mana. This strikes me as removal more than anything, because it's not enchant creature you control. Yeah, I'm going to take Utopia Vow. Let's see, Rift Elemental... It's just aggressive. Same with Skirk Shaman. I'll take the Skirk Shaman. Sentinel Wood Readers. Draws you cards if you get to high mana, and we are potentially going to try and ramp a little bit. I don't know if I'd take another Wood Readers. Might of Old Kroza is a very efficient damage spell. Very efficient pump spell, but is generally better in Constructed than it is in Limited. It's still strong. I don't know if I'd play multiple Sentinel Wood Readers, though. It's 6 mana to draw 2 cards. Yeah, alright. I'll take another Mog War Marshal. Yavimaya Dryad is a ramp spell. Another Skirk Shaman. Kind of hoping for Empty the Warrens, because I feel like that's the real Stormwind condition in this format. Did I pass on Cloud Key when there was no chance of it wheeling? I feel like that was a strong possibility that was something that I did. I probably should have taken Cloud Key than a second Grapeshot, and I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, I'll take Mog War Marshal. Pendlehaven Elder is technically in my colors. And Nantucko Shaman. Final pack. There's a Magus of the Moon, Arcblade, another Grinning Ignis, which I think I am going to take the Ignis. Arcblade is really strong and potentially something I should look at taking. I probably should have taken the first one, but I'm just going all in at this point. Living End, Paradise Plume, third Grinning Ignis, let's go. Let's see, Felden of the Third Path, doesn't really fit in this deck. Aeon Chronicler draws you a bunch of extra cards. Ancient Grudge is in our colors and could be a decent sideboard card. I think I'm going to take Simian Spirit Guide, because every extra red mana we have with Grinning Ignis is an extra storm count. I really hope we can get a, oh man, we could have had 2 Consuming Aberrations. This deck would have been nuts. But I decided to do something dumb. I'll take Riddle of Lightning. Yeah, no, if I can get an Empty the Warrens before this draft is up, we're in a good spot. Another Grapeshot. Yeah, why not? It's better than Thrill of the Hunt, Nantucko Shaman, or Orcish Cannonade by far, especially in the deck I'm trying to play. Reiterate. Copy an instant or sorcery spell. I can't imagine that we have any instants or sorceries actually worth copying. Like, this card is incredibly high value, but we're never going to have enough mana to make that work, I've got a feeling. I think I'm better off taking Kelda and Halberdier, just because it's something else to do on turn 1. Another Sting Scourger. Oh, I love Lost Oromancers. Lost Oromancers is one of those cards that lets you play with Omniscience, so of course I'm going to enjoy it. I'll take another Riddle of Lightning. I think this is going to be a very light splash on green to actually try and make this deck work. I'll take another Halberdier. Mog War Marshal number 4? It's too bad I didn't take any Anthem effect. I wasn't even looking for it. Otherwise I can take a third Skirk Shaman. I'm taking the War Marshal. We're building our own Empty the Warrens. Yep. Ancient Grudge, sideboard time. I'll take an old border card over other cards I'm not going to play. Yixalid Jailer, I'm pretty sure I've seen that card in Vintage before. So I'm just trying to invent like the most awful reasons I can choose one card over another when I'm not playing them. Okay, how are we doing this? No on Pendlehaven Elder, no on Yavimaya Dryad, Nantucko Shaman, Sentinel Wood Readers. If I just cut green, I only have to cut like one card and then we can actually just play mono red. And I missed the good mono red cards because like Gathan Raiders we saw a couple of, and when have you ever known Kano to do something reasonable? I'm going to drop Needlepeak Spider. And I'm going to add Fungal Reaches, and we're going to add 15 Mountains, and this is going to be our Storm deck. I didn't even get Storm Entity. Should have taken that Cloud Key too, but let's go! Mono Red Aggro Storm. No Empty the Warrens, which is like the key signal for Storm. Alright, so we get to be on the play, and I'm going to keep this. We'll start Mountain, pass the turn. Opponent untaps, plays a Swamp. We draw a Mountain, play a War Marshal, make a Goblin, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Swamp. We're not paying the Echo cost. We draw a Rift Bolt. Alright, go to combat, attack for 1, play a Mountain, play Mog War Marshal, suspend Rift Bolt, pass the turn. Oh man. I got a feeling this deck that I'm playing is actually secretly really nasty. Opponent, 3 mana, has to Ichor Slick a Goblin token. Alright, Rift Bolt coming off suspend. Shoot our opponent. I am gonna pay the Echo cost this time. We draw a Mountain, play Fungal Reaches, and put a storage counter on. Go to combat, hit our opponent for 3. Opponent untaps, plays a Deep Cavern Imp, passes. We untap and draw a Mountain, play a Mountain, Sting Scourger, unsummon, put a storage counter on, go to combat, hit them for 3. Opponent untaps, plays a Swamp, 4 mana this time, so it's not Deep Cavern Imp. 5 mana, Street Wraith. Alright, we untap, pay the Echo cost, draw a Mountain, storage counter on Fungal Reaches, go to combat, attack. Yep, they block Sting Scourger, go to 7. They play a Nightshade Assassin. When it enters, you may reveal X black cards in your hand. If you do, target creature gets -X/-X. Why would you reveal your entire hand? Why not just reveal one card? Because now I know everything you're gonna do. We get Dead and Gone. Play a Mountain. Charge counter on Fungal Reaches. Is Dark Withering an instant? It is. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent plays another Nightshade Assassin. They just revealed Deep Cavern Imp this time. I don't know why they revealed their whole hand the first time. That strikes me as relatively incorrect. So we take 5. If we draw one of our 3 Grapeshots, I'm pretty sure my opponent is dead. There's the Grapeshot. So, dead the Nightshade Assassin. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Hit them to 6. Use Fungal Reaches to activate itself. Add 4 red. Play Grinning Ignis. Bounce Grinning Ignis. 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 Grapeshot. 7 spells cast this turn. Got him. Oh, just the way we drew it up. It's exactly as planned. Alright. Oh, that shouldn't be legal. Not in limited. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna run it back. Oh, I'm glad I went with mono red. Game 2. Alright, it's not amazing, but I can, in theory, make this work. I will keep. Yeah, Grinning Ignis by itself and enough mana just means Storm for lethal. Opponent starts Swamp. We'll play a Mountain. Suspend Halberdier. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Swamp. Halberdier ticking down. We draw a Mountain. Play Fungal Reaches. Because we have Dead and Gone, I'm just going to pass. 3rd Swamp for our opponent. No action. Storage counter on Fungal Reaches. Untap. Halberdier ticking down. We draw a Grapeshot. Pass the turn. So the plan is, they're going to tap out for something sometime, right? Miri the Cursed. Man, am I glad I have Dead for that. Storage counter on Fungal Reaches. We untap. Halberdier ticking down to 1. We draw another Halberdier, which, since I could play it next turn, I pretty sure I should just wait for that. We'll just keep charging this up until then. Opponent untaps. Plays a swamp. Plays a Trespasser Eelvek. Halberdier comes off suspend. So they could have the removal spell here. The madness removal spell, I mean. Alright. Cast Halberdier. We draw. Chromatic Star. Go to combat. Attack for 4. Oh, they have Nightshade Assassin Madness. Okay. So they're going to kill our Halberdier by revealing Liliana's Triumph. Sudden spoiling. Okay, so they were doing that just in case we had a pump spell. They were going to overkill it. So sudden spoiling is a little bit of a problem. How much mana do I have? 7? So I can play and activate the Ignis 4 times. I can just Grapeshot now and kill a bunch of stuff. But I think the correct move is to play the other Halberdier. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps, draws up to 4, plays a 6th land, makes us sack. We get hit for 5. Untap, draw a Rift Bolt. So, suspend Rift Bolt. I don't want to cast Spirit Guide, but I think I'm going to. Pass the turn. We'll save Chromatic Star for Storm on the turn we go off. Opponent had a Tendrils of Corruption. So they're still holding Sudden Spoiling. Kind of hope they just draw a big creature and play it here. They hit us for 5. We just want to get them out of Sudden Spoiling mana. That's not out of Sudden Spoiling mana. So Rift Bolt coming off Suspend. We'll kill the Trespasser. We draw another Grapeshot. Play Grinning Ignis. I should have priority to activate the Ignis before my opponent can Sudden Spoiling. Okay, that was really awkward, not what I wanted at all, but my intent was to Grapeshot initially, but I realized that is not actually what's going to work here, so we're going to replay Grinning Ignis and pick it up again, then just Grapeshot with 1 Grapeshot. I completely bungled this, but this does kill all of their creatures at the very minimum and do 2 damage to them. I'm going to save the Chromatic Star. Oh no, they can Sudden Spoiling their own creatures. Why didn't I calculate for this? Alright. Yep. Okay. Pass the turn. That was a mistake. Opponent hits us for 5. So now I have to Grapeshot again to kill both their guys. We untap and draw Grinning Ignis. So play the Ignis. Bounce him. Play Star. And then Grapeshot. We only have 1 more Grapeshot. Yeah, I really bungled this one up. Opponent untaps, they draw a card, they play a land. We untap. We draw Grinning Ignis number 3. So charge up the Fungal Reaches, play Grinning Ignis, pass the turn. We untap, draw Riddle of Lightning, go to combat, attack for 2, charge up Fungal Reaches, play Grinning Ignis, pass the turn. Man, I could hardcast Greater Gargadon. Oh no, that's not good. We untap, draw a mountain, cycle and draw, see what we get. Mog War Marshal. Yep. Riddle of Lightning. Skirk Shamans. Bottom, top. 3 damage to the Trespasser. Go to combat. Attack for 4. We're going to remove 2 storage counters to play Mog War Marshal. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. We're drawing Skirk Shaman next turn, so we can just play out our hand. Opponent plays Nightshade Assassin. Killing the War Marshal? Or not. We will pay for the Echo cost. We draw Skirk Shaman. This has First Strike. I'm just going to play the Skirk Shaman, and we'll pass. If they attack, we get a free block. Skirk Shaman can keep getting in for damage because it has Intimidate effectively. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Okay. Go to our second main. Play War Marshal. Play Grinning Ignis. Pass the turn. Gorgon Recluse. Okay. Opponent passes. We untap. Pay for the War Marshal. Draw Mountain. Storage counter on Fungal Reaches. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Well, if I draw my third Grapeshot, it'll be Holy Grinning Grapeshots, Batman. That's kind of what we're banking on right now. Opponent goes to their main, plays a Nether Trader. Oh no, I'm on a short clock now. That has Shadow and it has Haste. Okay. We take 1 and go to 4. Untap. We draw Mountain. Play a Mountain. Charge up Fungal Reaches. Go to combat. I could hit them for 4 and lose 2 Ignises this turn. Well, I mean, I could actually hit them for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take them to 7, and then leave the War Marshals back to block. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm okay. As long as we have 1, we can still finish them off with a potential Grapeshot. And we just need blockers for the swing back. Okay, opponent goes to 7. Passes the turn. I mean, we might even be able to kill him with a Riddle of Lightning. They attack us for 1 with Shadow. We go down to 3. We untap. We draw Mountain. Play a Mountain. Charge it up. Go to combat. If I just swing all out, they block like here and here and take 5. So they're dead next turn if they can't affect the board state anymore, but they should be able to, because they had a lot of instant speed removal. We just have to connect one more time with Skirk Shaman with no change in board state, which is kind of a tall order, but you never know. At least we have an idea on how we might win. If I had not bungled that first Grapeshot, if I had thought about it and put two Grapeshots on each of my opponent's creatures, we would not be in this position at all. My opponent would be dead. So I did. If I lose this game, I threw it. I have no flying blockers. I am dead to a Deep Cavern Imp because it has flying and haste. Alright. Alright, you got me. Do I want Needle Peak Spider? It's a 4-2 with reach. Oh, why am I not playing Char Rumbler? That seems like a decent top-endish creature. It's probably better than Halberdier, because while Halberdier is good, Char Rumbler doesn't die to some of their -1 removal. Maybe I should be splashing green for Bloodbraid, but just gonna run it back. We'll see. Holy hell. I'm looking at the Strixhaven Magical Archive stuff. Guess what spell they reprinted immediately in the Magical Archive? So this joke of a spell, I can't believe that. That is insult. They thought this card was going to be good. That's the only explanation. And that's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Not to date this video or anything, but... Alright, game 3 of round 1. I would like to play first. This is an excellent aggressive hand I'm going to keep. Alright, we're going to lead on Chromatic Star. So start Mountain Chromatic, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Swamp. We untap, draw Mountain. There's no reason not to cycle this early. Play a Mountain, play Mogg War Marshal, pass the turn. I'm not going to pay the... you know what? Actually, I am going to pay the Echo Cost. I'm not going to pay the Echo Cost for this. I was thinking about it because like maybe we can start getting in for extra damage early, but that takes me off of playing another Mogg War Marshal this turn. And the next one I will pay the Echo Cost for, because potentially I can still play Sting Scourger after it. So play a second Mogg War Marshal. Opponent untaps. Plays a third land. Plays an Urborg Siphon Mage. Alright, pay the Echo Cost this time. We draw Coal Stoker. Play a Mountain. Sting Scourger. Bounce the Siphon Mage. Go to combat. Hit them for 4. Opponent untaps. Maybe replays the Siphon Mage. We'll see. Nightblade Assassin, taking out a random dork. Revealing Siphon Mage. I think we've got a Riddle of Lightning and keep getting in for damage. We draw Chromatic Star. Play a Mountain. Riddle of Lightning. Bottom. Bottom. Put Simian Spirit Guide on top. Hit our opponent for 3. Take them to 12. Man, the game's lagging really bad right now. I'm gonna have to restart after this. Opponent plays a Gorgon Recluse, which is a card we will have trouble with. Play Chromatic Star. Sack it for red. We get a Grinning Ignis. Play Coal Stoker. Play Grinning Ignis. Pass the turn. No attacks. Opponent untaps. It's possible I should have just played out Simian Spirit Guide. Yep, for something like that. They revealed Siphon Mage and Deep Cavern Imp, which is 2 of the 4 cards they have in hand. We untap. We draw a mountain. Play a mountain. Cast Spirit Guide. And right now we're really just hoping to draw another Grinning Ignis and then Grapeshot. Opponent plays a Swamp. They play Siphon Mage, they play Deep Cavern Imp. They hit us for 2. We go to 18. We draw a mountain. Play a mountain, because the more mana we have, in theory, the better our endgame combo is. I wouldn't mind drawing another Riddle of Lightning, because potentially that lets me answer one of my opponent's threats, while also trying to, like, set up what we're doing. They discard Grave Scrabbler, picking up Nightblade Assassin. So they're holding Nightblade Assassin. They play Miri the Cursed. That's a problem. Yeah, we're going to be dead in a hurry. Oh, I shouldn't have thrown game 2. We could have had him. We untap. Draw a mountain. Play a mountain. Pass the turn. Opponent hits us for 5. We go to 8. We untap. And we draw Dead and Gone. So they can drain me for 2 with Siphon Mage. I'm going to go down to 6. So we're going to dead here. Yeah, I should have held that Grinning Ignis in hand this game, and I should have just played the Simian Spirit Guide. It was unnecessarily greedy to play out the one rather than the other. When they effectively like had the same stats on board and everything, too. So they're going to kill Simian Spirit Guide. We're going to take 2 damage. They have Dark Withering in hand. Well, we're only going to, at most, get 1 more draw, and there's nothing I can do to kill my opponent or wipe their board. Because we don't have, like, the split card, red mana, board wipe, or anything. Alright, yep, that's lethal. I'll see you guys in round 2. At least we got the Storm kill one game, I'm happy about that. Alright, we get to be on the play for round 2. And I'm going to keep this hand. I mean, the only way this hand gets better is if we got the charge-up land, the storage land. Alright, so we're going to lead on Chromatic Star, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Starts with a Plains. And a 1-drop. Okay. Shade of Trocaire. That makes sense. We untap. Draw Keldon Halberdier. Suspend. Pass the turn. Shade of Trocaire ticking down to 2. They suspend a Duskrider Peregrine. Okay. We get another Grinning Ignis. So I'm going to cycle this for red. Get a Mog War Marshal. I think the Ignis is better this turn. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Stuff's ticking down. Okay, they play a Saltfield Recluse. Halberdier ticking off Suspend. We draw a mountain. Play a mountain. Play War Marshal. Get a token. Go to combat. Hit them for 2. Opponent goes down to 18, so Shade of Trocaire coming off Suspend this turn. Duskrider Peregrine coming down the turn after. Infiltrator Eel Core, alright. And then a Drifter Eel Doll, alright. So we untap. Keldon Halberdier ticks down to 1. Mog War Marshal. I am going to pay... I'm not going to pay this turn, actually. What we're looking to do is use Grapeshot next turn as a board wipe. We'll suspend another Halberdier. Pass the turn. I can't attack into this. I'm unsure how much of a board wipe it's actually going to be. So they land a Duskrider Peregrine. Infiltrator Eelcore comes in next turn. What is happening? What in this format has Convoke? Angel of Salvation. Alright. Yeah, that's a thing that can happen. Okay, we untap. Halberdier coming off suspend. We draw Dead and Gone. So, pick up Ignis. Replay him. Pick up Ignis. Replay him. Oh, I needed to... I did this slightly wrong, but I think it'll still work. We can pick up this Ignis. I needed a Dead and Gone and Riddle of Lightning. Or Dead and Gone and Grapeshot. So what I can do here is I can still pick up this Grinning Ignis as well. And then we can go Gone, put Angel of Salvation back in your hand. And then I can Grapeshot with 4 copies. Oh, I really messed this up. I totally did this wrong. I'm so sorry. So we'll kill Drifter Ealdal. We'll let them keep the Duskrider Peregrine, I think. And just kill the rest of their board, because this way they can't replay the Angel we put back in their hand. Oh. Yeah, I really messed that up. Go to combat. Hit them for 6. It still might be okay, but it's way less good than it could have been. Alright, opponent gets an Infiltrator Eelcore off suspend. They're holding Angel of Salvation and 1 unknown. That's enough mana to replay Angel of Salvation, isn't it? And Angel of Salvation does have Flash. We untap. We draw Mog War Marshal. Play Grinning Ignis. We're not attacking this turn, because Angel of Salvation is 2 mana and 6. So, pass the turn. Yep. Alright, pass to our opponent. Opponent attacks us for 11. Yeah, I think this is going to come down to not having enough damage based solely on the fact that I couldn't attack with an Ignis because I had to pick up an extra one that turn. Alright, so we get down to Riddle of Lightning. We have 8 damage on board. If I can find a 4-drop, I kill my opponent. This has Shadow. Everything else has Flying. So we can either Riddle of Lightning, target my opponent's face, and if we hit a 4-drop, we win. Although, what are the odds of that? I can take out the Infiltrator and guaranteed survive another turn. If I pick up the Ignis, I go from 5 to 7. So I could play War Marshal and Riddle, hit my opponent for 6, take them to 6. It wouldn't matter that I didn't have a blocker. They don't have any other creatures with haste. That is probably the safest, because we do get another Keldon Halberdier to attack next turn. If they had some kind of regular haste creature somehow being a weird time spiral planar chaos creature that I just can't predict. Okay, we wouldn't have hit a 4-drop, so I'm glad we didn't try and go for the lethal. Skirk Shaman to the top. Go to combat. Hit our opponent for 6. Play Mog War Marshal. Pass the turn. So next turn we have another Keldon Halberdier coming in off suspend. If my opponent has to hold back to block, they'll block both Halberdiers. Okay. Well, unless they have removal, we should be fine. So this one comes in off suspend. Watch them have wing shards. Something that's just a complete blowout. Pay for War Marshal. Draw the Skirk. Alright, cool, we got there. Calculated. Absolutely planned. Okay, can I, have a game where I actually play it correctly? That'd be really good. I'm gonna try and play a lot slower, stay calmer, more focused, and really do the math before I go down some, this should be good storm line this time. Because I just, didn't think it all the way through the last couple of times, and I really need to focus on that. This deck is sweet, and I don't want to throw any more games with it than I already have. Yeah, I'll keep this. If I can get a Rift Bolt and suspend it after playing an Ignis, we can untap, and we should have enough to Grapeshot most of their board away. It's interesting that they were flashing in Angel of Salvation on their own turn the first time. Maybe they were just worried about removal. They lead on Island after mulliganing to 5. That's probably a good sign for us. Pass the turn. Opponent plays another Island. Suspends Infiltrator Eel Core. We draw Riddle of Lightning. Play a Mountain. Pass the turn. Good news is, Infiltrator Eel Core dies to Grapeshot pretty easily. They play a Plains. Suspend Knight of Circe. And they play a Dreamstalker, picking up an Island. Well, a 1/5 is annoying. Play a Mountain, play Grinning Ignis. Pass the turn. Okay, Knight of Circe ticking down, Infiltrator Eel Core coming off Suspend this turn. They replay the land that we knew they had. They hit us for 3 with Shadow. That's fine. We untap. We draw Skirk Shaman. Play a Mountain. Just going to play the other Ignis and charge up as much mana as I can, basically. I think I'm fine taking another hit from the Infiltrator. Opponent plays a land. Hits us for 3. Opponent plays a Sidewinder Sliver. We draw a Mountain. I'm going to wait for my opponent to get this Knight of Circe. And I think I'm going to Riddle of Lightning this turn. Does that matter? Or is it better to play the Skirk Shaman? I think the holding up the Riddle of Lightning is better. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, Knight comes off Suspend. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to do this. Maybe I should have just gone for the Grapeshot, because like maybe their last card in hand is Angel of Salvation. Okay, Mountain to the bottom, War Marshal to the bottom, Coal Stoker to the top. I just don't want them to play Angel of Salvation. That's what we're playing around here. I suppose if their last card's a land, they could play it anyway. Now, if they don't attack, it will be telling, but they do, so okay. They play another one. We untap and draw Coal Stoker. So play a Mountain. I can Coal Stoker and go from 6 to 5. Then I can loop Ignis 5 times. 6 times with Simian Spirit Guide. And then I can Grapeshot for a total of 7. I could take out their guys and deal 3 to them, and then have a board. Alternatively, I can just Grapeshot for like 4 by Coal Stoking into Skirk Shaman, not going for like maximum Grapeshot value. That's probably the way to go. So play Coal Stoker. Add 3 red. This does involve picking up an Ignis, I think. So I can play Skirk Shaman. Yeah, play Skirk Shaman. Pick up Ignis. Replay him. Pick up Ignis. Grapeshot. So we kill that creature. We kill this creature. And then we kill the Knight of Circe. That leaves us with a board and my opponent with a 1/5 and no cards in hand. We're not attacking because they just have a 1/5 they can block with. Next turn we can cast out our hand. Okay, that's pretty good. That is actually a problem. Play Grinning Ignis. Play Spirit Guide. We start getting in for 2 with Intimidate. If they attack with that Limp Sliver, I have to block at least Coal Stoker and Spirit Guide on it to kill it, which is unfortunate because that takes away a lot of our aggression. I cannot Rift Bolt this to kill it because Absorb, which is just Urza's Armor X, where X is the number on the creature. I might have to Bolt that Knight. We'll see what I draw. Okay, we untap, we draw, Grapeshot. Man, is it worth just going off here? I can wait a turn. I take 2 if I do, but it does give me an extra Grapeshot ping. Alright, I've got an idea. And it's attack with everything but 1 Grinning Ignis. Because then we can use Rift Bolt to kill Limp Sliver, Grapeshot to kill the other creatures, and we only lose Coal Stoker in the process. So Bolt here. Full price. Storm count of 1. I need to get to 5. Is that possible? Actually? So pick up Grinning Ignis. Replay Grinning Ignis. It's not possible. But I can at least take out the other knight. Or I can at least take out the knight so we don't have to worry about blockers that can kill our guys. Grapeshot. Same targets as the first one. The other two go to face. I don't think there was a way for me to get one more storm count there. Like by picking up the other Ignis or anything like that. Alright, pass the turn. Come on, opponent. Top deck a land. Opponent passes. We untap and draw Riddle of Lightning. Go to combat. Attack for 6. Opponent blocks Spirit Guide. Takes 4. Play Grinning Ignis. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. And they scoop and we win the match. Nice. I'll see you guys in round 3. Alright, round 3 we get to be on the play. I'm going to keep this and hope we draw another land. And I am going to start Suspend Keldon Halberdier. We get 2 redraws by turn 3, so... Pass the turn. Opponent also starts Mountain. Halberdier ticking down. There it is. Play Mountain. Play War Marshal, and you were worried. Greed absolutely rewarded. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Swamp into a Wrathy Trapper. How dare you? You're not supposed to play spells like that. Not things that can block 1/1s. The almighty 1/1s. Alright, we draw another War Marshal. Pass the turn. Wish I had known I wouldn't have paid the Echo cost. If I have to Grapeshot to kill that, I will. Opponent plays Coalition Relic. Passes. We untap. Halberdier ticks down to 1. Play Skirk Shaman. Pass the turn. Opponent deads the Skirk Shaman. Interesting that they do that with a Halberdier coming off Suspend, but... I mean, opponent probably knows a little bit better than I would for their deck. Okay, we untap. Halberdier ticks down. We draw Mountain. Play Chromatic Star. They're going to tap the Halberdier. Sure. Cycle for red. We're hoping for Dead and Gone here, I think. Or another Chromatic Star. Mog War Marshal is not going to do it. So I'm going to Grapeshot the Siphon Mage. Same targets and 1 at my opponent. This way we can at least hit them for 2. It's possible I should have taken out the Wrathy Trapper, because that's probably the higher priority threat, but I might be able to Riddle of Lightning it. Oh no. 6 mana, what is this? Strangling Soot Halberdier. Okay, that's fair, I guess. We untap, draw a Mountain, play a Mountain, Riddle of Lightning. We should be able to find a 2-drop, hopefully. They're going to tap the Goblin token. Sting Scourger, Grapeshot. Grapeshot to the bottom, but I'm putting both of these to the top. I want lots of unsummons to sneak in damage with, because my opponent doesn't have that many cards left in their hand, so they're probably only going to play 1 at a time. They charge up the Relic, untap. Coalition Relic gives them a red mana. They play a land. They play Karavek the Merciless. Well, I'm glad I kept 2 unsummons. Play Sting Scourger. Oh, they can deal the damage to any target? Oh, that's brutal. Oh, I thought they could only deal it to your opponent. Oh, that sucks. Go to combat. Hit them for 1. I can't even play Sting Scourger and another spell next turn unless I give up on this Sting Scourger. They charge up Relic. Karavek the Merciless? Oh, that card's busted. We only have damage-based removal. How am I supposed to kill that? The answer is I'm not, but... I will pay for War Marshal. I can't pay for Sting Scourger. We draw Sting Scourger. So they just kill the token. Yep. Bounce Karavek. Hit them for 2. Oh my god. I know I ain't Grapeshotting it. I'll be dead long before I'd be able to. Yep, they replay Karavek for the 40th time. And a Blight Speaker. We untap. Pay the Echo cost. And die? There's just nothing in our deck that answers that at all. Yep, run it back. I would like to play first. I don't know if I can gamble on drawing a second land again, but this hand is really good. If we hit if we just get to 2 mana, this hand is good. So start by suspending Halberdier, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Suspends Lotus Bloom and Halberdier. Joy. Our Halberdier is ticking down. And this is how we lose. Oh no. Uh-huh. Okay, Halberdier ticking down. We draw a mountain. Play a mountain. Play Mog War Marshal. Get a token. Opponent cycles Icker Slick. Okay. They untap. Suspend cards ticking down. They play Trespasser Ilvec. Okay. Keldon Halberdier ticking down. I will not be paying the Echo cost. We draw Grinning Ignis, but we can't play it. So, go to combat. Attack for 1. Play War Marshal. Get another token. Pass the turn. Okay, their suspends go down to 1. Oh, man. But we can't double spell. We need to be able to double spell. I mean, I can next turn because of Halberdier. The opponent has Sting Scourger. Just kills a token. And a Blight Speaker. Okay, so I can at least kill 2 things, but my opponent is going to have a first striking 4/1 this turn, which is a kind of a problem. I'm not paying for War Marshal. We draw Sting Scourger. Alright, Grapeshot, because that's really all I can do. Kill both of their X1s. Go to combat. Swing out. Losing a Goblin token here is worth the extra damage we're going to gain. We do have Sting Scourgers, so we can at least unsummon the Halberdier, I guess, but we're not keeping the Sting Scourgers around. I would like to draw more mana, obviously, because we still have a lot of cards stuck in hand. They do pay the Echo cost. They get their 4/1. They're cashing in Lotus Bloom to play Bone Splitter Sliver. No attacks. We untap, draw a mountain, play a mountain, Sting Scourger, bounce Halberdier, go to combat, get in for 4 with first strike. They go to 10, they untap. They have Icker Slick to kill our Halberdier, so there goes all of our aggression. They just resuspend. Okay, they pass. We can't pay. We draw a mountain, so play mountain, Coal Stoker, add mana, play Skirk Shaman, pass the turn. Alright, well, we're not in a terrible position yet. Halberdier ticking down. Opponent plays their own Skirk Shaman. We untap and draw a mountain, so play a mountain, unsummon the Bone Splitter Sliver, go to combat, attack for 5. They're going to trade off for the Skirk Shaman, take 3, go to 7. Play Grinning Ignis, pass the turn. Opponent untaps, Halberdier ticks down to 2. They play Deadly Grub. Okay. We're going to pay for Sting Scourger. We draw Chromatic Star. Okay, play out Chromatic Star. Go to combat. Swing out. Okay, they trade with Coal Stoker and they trade with Grinning Ignis. Take 4, they go to 3. We have Lethal on board right now. Halberdier ticks down to 1. There'll be no Karavik the Merciless this turn. They play Skirk Shaman. Okay, they are a Grapeshot from dead. Cycle for red. We were just drawing Skirk Shaman, like... I guess if their only card was that that first strike, then we would have got him, but... Alright. This hand is much less aggressive, but far more interactive. I think I keep this. It's not fantastic because we have to... They did mulligan to 6, so I guess that's good. They suspend Halberdier. We untap and draw Ignis. We're going to lead on Star. Pass the turn. Halberdier ticking down. They play a Swamp. We untap. Draw Skirk Shaman. Cycle Star for red. Get a War Marshal, which is excellent. Play War Marshal. Alright, pass the turn. Halberdier ticks down to 2. They play a Mountain. And do a Coalition Relic. That only hits creatures. I am going to pay the Echo cost. Another War Marshal. Play a Mountain. And I'm going to suspend Rift Bolt. Go to combat. Hit them for 2. They go to 18. Charge up Coalition Relic. They untap. Halberdier ticks down. They get to their main phase. Relic gives them mana. They play a Swamp. They play Sedge Sliver, which is a sliver that has Regenerate. Okay, Rift Bolt comes off Suspend. We shoot our opponent. I would really like to draw a land. There it is. Play the land. Play War Marshal. Get more goblins. Sting Scourger to bounce Sedge Sliver. Go to combat. Hit our opponent for 2. They charge up Coalition Relic. Halberdier comes off Suspend. I'm going to replay Sedge Sliver this turn. Unless they get Kaervek, at which point they'll do that. Yep, they play a land. They've got triple Regenerate for Sedge Sliver. They play a Morph. That's concerning. Okay, we are paying for Sting Scourger. We're not paying for War Marshal. We draw Grapeshot. Okay, pass the turn. Well, Grapeshot's good because it takes care of Halberdier. Just have to pray that our opponent does not have something to get even further ahead. They float mana, they play a land. They only have 1 card in hand. Hopefully it's not something huge. A Chroma! Yeah, that's pretty big. And we take 6. Always kind of joked about like, haha, well what if my opponent has a Chroma? Well, they do. We untap. We draw Fungal Reaches. Spell can't be countered. So, play Fungal Reaches, because we're definitely playing this. And what do? We have 6 damage on board. We can play out Grinning Ignis this turn. We're taking at most 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 damage next turn. And we're probably going to have to do some blocking. But I think that's literally just what we got to do. I am going to storage counter on this because it doesn't produce colored mana unless that has a storage counter. And I've got a feeling I'm going to need 5 red mana next turn. I could Gone, make them pick up a Chroma. So what does my opponent do next turn? Because this is 1 mana Storm Count. But Grinning Ignis I think is actually the same amount. Alright, I think we just play Grinning Ignis. No attacks. Somehow try and bungle our way into a Storm victory. Okay. Opponent charges up Coalition Relic. Untaps. Now they're attacking us for a lot. We take 11, go to 3, and they play a Stronghold Rats. Rats has Shadow, so it can't block. We draw a Mountain. So play the Mountain. We can dead the Sedge Sliver, so we can dead the Sedge Sliver and put 1 Grapeshot copy on it, forcing my opponent to tap it. We can put 1 Grapeshot copy here. We swing out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. So dead costs 1. We need 2 red mana, so we have to leave up 1 mountain, so we can pick up Grinning Ignis 5 times. Oh, I don't think that's lethal. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red mana. I'm not worried about the Stronghold Rats because it has Shadow, so it can't block. A Chroma's tapped. If I just pick up and recast Grinning Ignis 5 times... Or no, I could pick up and recast Grinning Ignis 6 times. And then I'll have Grapeshot for 7. 1 here, 6 here. Gone is out of the question. I need to use Dead. So if I dead Keldon Halberdier, Grinning Ignis 4 times... or 5 times, then Grapeshot for 6. I'm still not swinging for enough damage. And I can't just Grapeshot to kill my opponent's board either, I don't think. Is that an option to get me back in this game? Can I kill a Chroma, Halberdier and Stronghold Rats. I mean, I know I can kill a Chroma. I guess let's go down to 2 red mana, and we'll see what happens. Remove 1 storage counter for red. Pick up Ignis. Recast it. Pick up Ignis. Did my opponent just do the math? They thought we had lethal? We didn't have lethal, they just conceded. Like, we waited for a long... I was really doing the math, but, like, I thought I could just... I wasn't actually going for the kill there. I was just gonna stop my opponent from killing me with a Chroma. Like, alright. We got him with the intimidation kill, I guess? Whatever. Holy grinning Grapeshots, Batman. Ugh. The deck did better than I thought it would. And honestly, at that rate, we could have 3-0'd, but... I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. And remember, you can follow me on Twitch. Same username over there as you find me on here. I stream Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, though the last few have been earlier. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. You're all wonderful human beings, and thanks for watching. Bye!